Hello. First off, the warnings that if you don't like smoking, click it off right now. If you don't like cussing, Fuckshit. If you don't like someone making fun of your religion, click it off, move on. I've made videos where someone will get in a live chat reply right away and say, I don't like how you're making fun of my religion. Well, don't even watch the video then. And if you have a real problem, go to the comment bar below after the live video. If I see you in my chats, I'm going to delete you, block you, because I'm not going to let anyone disrupt and troll on my video chat reply. About this, I'm an atheist that uses a religious book. I do not endorse this book or advocate the use of the words of this book. I'm an atheist. I use this book as a weapon against itself. It's all evil. It's all lies. I'm capital N-O-T. I'm not a pastor. I'm an activist against this evil, despicable book. Now to slow down that I do not endorse this book. Meaning, whatever I read out of here, do not go out and reenact or advocate the use of the words of this book. Be in prison in that case, because there's murder, rape, death, kill, infanticide, fucking slavery, fucking many injustices. I do not endorse this book or advocate the use of the words of this book. I gotta announce that I'm an atheist because people confuse me as some kind of whacked out Christian because they see me pick up a Bible and they say, hey, it's a whacked out Christian guy. Okay, I'm an atheist. I use this book as a weapon against itself, meaning it's got tens of thousands of contradictions, thousands of inconsistencies, hundreds of absurdities, hundreds of incidents of cruelties and violences. It's all evil, it's all lies. The all lies means I already told you it's got tens of thousands of contradictions, all evil. It's all fucking evil. I give you hundreds of incidences of why it's evil. I do not endorse this book or advocate the use of the words of this book. I'm an atheist. I use this book as a weapon against itself. It's all evil. It's all lies. I'm capital N-O-T. I'm not a pastor. Some people might confuse me as being a Christian pastor because I'm using a religious Christian book. You got me all confused. I'm an atheist, anti-theist. I'm a very strong, extreme atheist, anti-theist. I'm not a pastor. I'm an activist against this evil, despicable book. That means that I can twist and distort this book to where I'm going to point out all the contradictions, inconsistencies, injustices, cruelties and violences, evils and lies, all to you. Got that out of the way. When you go to this book, you go to Genesis 1:1, which is a question for my Christian friends right now. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God, that's the fourth word. In the beginning, 3 words. 4th word, it's God. In the beginning was God. Genesis 1:1. He created the heaven and the earth. Hey, who wrote that anyways? This somewhere in the scripture it says God didn't write anything in the Bible as all man. And then there's no man in Genesis 1:1 to write this down. Who wrote down Genesis 1:1? Prove it to me. Prove to me there's a beginning and it was God that created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, Genesis 1:1. What happened before that? Who created this God, God, that he proudly proclaims in the 4th word of the entire book? Who created him? In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Well, Atheist Mo made atheist videos and atheist memes about this, about how he went to Hebrews 9:1 and Hebrews 11:3 and all kinds of other shit to make another contradiction video about that particular fucking verse. Genesis 1:1, who wrote that? One 27, it says that he created man. Who wrote 1:1? Genesis 1:31. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. It was the evening and the morning, and it was the 6th day. Atheist Mo, memes by Mo, video by Mo, made video series about that too. About how it took him 6 whole days when there's other things, whereas Wisdom 9:1 was a breath. Hebrews 11:3 was just faith did it. And there's other shit that I'm forgetting right now. There's something in Psalms that says is just by breath and by wisdom and by faith that right away, heaven, stars, the universe, everything was made in an instant, flash, boom. But no. 131 says, 6 days of hard work. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. The evening and morning and the 6th day. What happens? 2 more verses. Genesis 2, verses 1 and 2. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the 7th day God rested from the work he had made, and rested on the 7th day from all his work that he has made. I rested for a whole single day. Because, hey, that 6 days was all perfect, flawless. Maybe I could stop the writings of the book because it's all perfect right now. Hey, writers down there, stop writing a book because I already said it's perfect, flawless, and all kinds of shit. And it's so perfect, flawless that the 7th day I'm going to rest. How about that? Genesis 1:1. Prove it! Who wrote Genesis 1:1? When only man wrote the Bible, and man wasn't even created till 126. And then 131, he says it's all good, perfect, and swell. The 6 days of creation is done. I did it. Hooray. There's nothing to worry about from this time forth. There's so much not to worry about that I'm going to lay on my ass for the seventh day. Genesis 2, 1 and 2. There's nothing to worry about ever, really. Isaiah 43. Remember ye not former things, neither consider the things of old. That means I don't even want you to remember Genesis 1:1 where I said, I create the heaven and the earth because I God. Hey, do not remember things of old. (43:19). Behold, I will do a new thing now. It shall spring forth, and you shall know it. I will even make a way in the wilderness, and in the rivers and the deserts. And you know, I will do it because I'm all powerful. Am I not? You know how powerful I am? I'm so powerful I could speak a word and the universe is created. And I did all kinds of work on 6 days and 7 days. It was perfect and all good. I could have stopped writing the Bible. I could have stopped the Bible right at Genesis 2:2 because hey, it's so perfect and swell on the seventh day that I rested. The false promises is a fucking fake story. Because he's given you his oath. I promise I'm going to do this. You're going to trust your God. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest and possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, the 7 nations that are greater than thee. I promise I'm going to have you go into this land and boot them all out. No. Imaginary story number 2 is, and when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant. Oh, please, I'm sorry. Oh, please, I'm sorry. Now, and he's going to tell you to slay them and utterly destroy them. And don't make no covenants or peace treaties with them because I want you to fucking kill them all right now. Thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show no mercy upon them. Mercy, mercy, no. No. Now, Genesis 7:1, he says, I'm going to bring you into this land where there's 7 nations, 7 tribes inhabiting your land. You're going to clear them out. He even promises you the genocide thing about this imaginary fake genocide where he says, He has this fucking daydream in his head that he says, look at all this blood and guts shit, where I'm slaying every fucking buddy. I'll slay them and utterly destroy them off the fucking map. There's 7 nations and 7 tribes that not only, you know how you're going to boot them all out and clean out the land. You're going to kill them all. And you got an imaginary story about 7-2 about how you really are going to kill them all. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, you have cast out many nations before thee. It's 7 nations that are greater than you, the 7 tribes that are lingering around your land. And then he's got to make pretend kill story in verse 2 about how you're going to slay them all, you're going to kill them all, and you're going to cleanse them out of the land. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. You think that's really for fucking real? Is it true? No, it's not true. If you go to Joshua 15, this is immediately going into a video series called Fuck Up Number 1, Fuck Up Number 2, Fuck Up Number 3, Fuck Up Number 4, Fuck Up Number 5, Fuck Up Number 6, and Fuck Up Number 7. Joshua 15, verse 63. And the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the children of Judah, could not, N-O-T, the children of Judah, these Jebusite people, they could not drive them out, but the Jebusites dwell with the children of Judah and unto Jerusalem this day. They still dwell in the land right now to this day, as I'm writing this. Deuteronomy 7:1. I promise to have you kick out the 7 nations and 7 tribes and get them out of your land. How are you going to get them out of your land? In verse 2, I got to make pretend, imaginary, fake genocide story where you're going to fucking kill them all. But you know what? In Joshua 15:63 says, but the Jebusites dwell with the children of Judah in Jerusalem, even unto this day. It means it didn't happen. Fuck up number 1. Fuck up number 2. Joshua 16, verse 10. And they drove not out the Canaanites that dwell in Gezer, but the Canaanites dwell among the Ephraimites unto this day, and serve under tribute. Serve under tribute. They serve someone else under tribute. What? Is there a dominating race above that race? What is it? Not only could you not kick them out, but they're dominant over you. What? That's fuck up number 2. And they drove not out the Canaanites that dwell in Gezer. Not. They drove them not out. False promise number 2. Fuck up number 2. Joshua 16:10. Joshua 17:12. Yet the children of Manasseh could not drive out the inhabitants of those cities. I couldn't do it, Lord. Hey, nothing I can do about it. I'm not so powerful, because there's a story in Joshua 15:63 where I fucked up. And there's a story in Joshua 16:10 where I fucked up. In 17:12, I'm still a fuck up. 17:12. Yet the children of Manasseh could not drive out the inhabitants of the cities, but the Canaanites would dwell in that land. I think that's a 3-time fuck up right now. 4th time fuck up is Joshua 17:13. Yet it came to pass, when the children of Israel were waxen strong, and they put the Canaanites to tribute. To tribute? What is that? You're looking up to them. You're serving them. What is it about the tribute? Like, the tribute is up here, and I'll put you to the tribute. And I could not drive you out of my land. Yet it came to pass, when the children of Israel were waxen strong, that they put the Canaanites to a tribute, but they did not utterly drive them out. And they're still hanging around in my town. I guess my God's not so all-powerful. Hey, I promised that you would not only kick out these 7 tribes and 7 nations out of the land that I have designed for you, that you still can not fucking possess, and you did not cleanse these people out. On 4 different occasions. Judges 1, verse 21. And the children of Benjamin did not drive out the Jebusites. I couldn't do it, Lord. I could not drive out the Jebusites. I could not do it. We didn't have really much military success here, Lord. I'm going to tell you about our military is really weak here, Lord. Joshua 15:63, we failed. Joshua 16:10, we failed. Joshua 17:12, we failed. Joshua 17:13, we failed. Joshua 1:21 says, and the children of Benjamin did not drive out the Jebusites. Fucking failure. Your God's military is fucking weaklings, because they couldn't do shit. And the children of Benjamin did not drive out the Jebusites that inhabited Jerusalem. The Jebusites dwell into the land with the children of Benjamin and Jerusalem unto this day. Judges 1:27. Neither did Manasseh drive out the inhabitants of Beth Shannon and her towns, nor Tanakh and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Dor and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Eblan and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Megiddo and her towns, but the Canaanites would dwell in that land. Verse 28, and it came to pass when Israel was strong that they put the Canaanites to the tribute and did not utterly drive them out. Judges 3, 1 through 5. Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel have known the other wars of Canaan. Only that the generations of the children of Israel might know and teach them war, at least such as before, knowing nothing thereof, namely 5 lords of the Philistines, and the Canaanites, the Sidonites, the Hivites, that dwell in the Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal Hermon unto entering Hamath. And they were proved to Israel by them, to know whether or not you hearken unto the commandments of the Lord. I want to know, people, are you going to hearken unto the commandments of the Lord? Well, what the fuck good is he? He made you lose like 7 battles to remove 7 different tribes and 7 different nations, and I lost 7 times over. What the fuck good are you? And they were to prove Israel by them, to know whether or not you would hearken unto the commandments of the Lord. Why should I obey that fucking loser's commandments, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses? What the fuck good is Moses? He didn't do shit here either. Verse 5, and the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, and they took their daughters to be their wives and gave their daughters to their sons and served their gods, other gods. Hey, all of a sudden everyone's mingling around with each other and they're serving other gods. I mean, they say, hey, fuck you, God, you fucking loser. You lost in all 7 battles, and we have 7 different tribes. We're mingling around. We're going to have children and fucking marry and have a really great fucking time and serve other gods. So how about that? Are you going to dump your religion?